This game is underway. Sonnenstein's first pitch on its way, and it's a called strike. He started him with a fastball. Goldsberry, the guy who broke up the no-hit bid last night with that 7th inning infield hit, and bounces this one to Bartlett at shortstop, and the throw to first in plenty of time. One away.
Good start right there. A good two-seamer right there. Sinker to Bartlett. 2 pitches, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Let's take a look at the defense. The same as last night in the outfield. Carl Crawford in left, BJ Upton in center, Gabe Gross in right field. Around the infield the same. Evan Longoria, Jason Bartlett, Aki Uemura, and Carlos Pena. Diana Navarro back in the lineup behind the plate, and Andy Sonnenstein off to a good start on the mound.
And here's Dustin Pedroia. Pitch misses, a ball and no strikes. John Hirschbeck is calling the balls and strikes. A 26-year veteran of Major League umpiring. He's the crew chief. 1-1.
Good outside corner right there for Andy. All fastballs so far.
Foul back by Pedroia on a breaking ball, a curveball from Sonnenstein. Well, Andy 0-3 this year, covering 4 starts, this being his 5th. Shot the other way, foul. 1-2, a fastball. He's lost his last 5 decisions, and he's gone 11 regular season starts without a win, dating back into last year. Another foul out of play by Pedroia. He did go 2-1 in 3 postseason starts last year. Low and away. 2-2.
Now, one thing that Andy's done, he's given up 28 hits in 19 2/3 innings plus 8 walks. So you're almost looking at 2 base runners per inning, and that puts an awful lot of pressure to have, number one, pinpoint control, but put pressure on the defense.
Ground ball headed up the middle. Pedroia reaching out. And a little breaking ball, might have been a slider. And he sent it right back through the middle.
Yeah, everything was away from Pedroia, and what Brian Anderson was saying in the pregame show was that he's got to keep him honest by pitching in also, in off the plate, and everything was away, so Pedroia shortened up his swing and just stuck his bat out and found a hole up the middle. Still got to pitch in effectively off the inside corner.
Runner at first, 1 away, and Big Papi, David Ortiz, settles into the batter's box. Ortiz starting the year at 230. A ball and no strikes. No homers and 12 runs batted in. Ortiz with 8 extra base hits through the first month, including 1 triple, 7 two-base hits. Pitch is low. 2-0. During the regular season last year, Andy made 2 starts against the Red Sox. Now he's behind Ortiz 3-0. And did not allow an earned run in 14 innings. Gave up 2 unearned runs against him, but no earned runs. 7 hits in 14 innings of work against him.
Yeah, one thing he had last year, especially early, he had excellent command.
And the strike.
Come all the way back. You know, don't give in, but you come all the way back with his control. Usually make some good pitches on the outside corner. You can come back and get David Ortiz. It's not a gimme to just put him on because you got Kevin Youkilis on deck hitting .395. This is the guy hitting 230.
And this one down and in. So he walks Ortiz with a fastball. 2 men on. That pushes Pedroia up to second base. So he's in scoring position. Then Euclid, who was 0 for 2 last night, left the game early. He's hitting .395 overall. .412 with men in scoring position. Pitch outside. He started him with a curveball, missed wide. So here's a spot. We talked about getting off to a quick start, and it begins on the mound before the team comes to the plate.
Absolutely. You know, he's right now 2 base runners already. Just mentioned that 2 base runners per inning is what he's averaged this year.
This one starts to bounce away. Man trying to go to third, and Pedroia runs into the out there. Navarro recovered in time to get it down to Longoria, and Pedroia ran into the second out of the inning at third base.
Yeah, the Rays will take that break. Secondary lead by Pedroia. When he breaks, the ball just pops right back up to Navarro, and he throws sidearm and a strike to Longoria, and Pedroia never gets to the bag. So when Pedroia saw the ball bounce up in the air, he took off. He thought the ball was going to go further, and Navarro got a break there because it popped right back up into his hand.
So as it turns out now, that's not a caught stealing because Pedroia tried to advance as the ball was thrown into the dirt. There's a strike. That's a big Ortiz at first.
That's a big momentum switch right there. I mean, that's huge. A play like that.
Especially with this guy at the plate.
A kid with 2 guys on, counting his favor. Looking at 2 players tonight, Dwayne. Euclid and probably Evan Longoria as the 2 top candidates for me for Player of the Month in April.
Yeah, you're right. I'm with you there. This one lifted foul and will carry out a play. The count squares at 2-2. They both had great months. You can make a great case for either one of them to make Player of the Month.
The Red Sox, you know, with David Ortiz off to a tough start. This guy has really carried him in the 4 spot, hitting .395 with 5 home runs.
2-2, and a fly ball lifted back toward the right field line. That's Gross after it into foul territory and makes the catch, retiring the side. So the Rays get out of that spot. They come in to hit in the bottom of the first. No score. Little place, big taste. And by Southeast Toyota dealers. Now's the perfect time to get an amazing deal on a new Toyota during Toyota's Perfect Timing event. Toyota, moving forward. Rays lineup will find B.J. Upton in the top spot, followed by Carl Crawford and Evan Longoria. Pena, Burrell, and Gross down the middle. Arcadori Iwamori hits 7th ahead of Deanna Navarro, and Jason Bartlett rounds it out. They'll be facing Justin Masterson, young right-hander. B.J. squares or shortens, takes that pitch for a ball.
Out of the bullpen and into the rotation for Justin Masterson. This is his 3rd start. 6 games overall. ERA is outstanding right now at 2.70, and the walks are minimized. Only 4 walks, 14 strikeouts.
The ground ball, and that's going to go through. A base hit into left field for B.J. Upton, and the Rays put the leadoff man on. A word about Upton here. Through the first month of the season, Jacoby Ellsbury has been celebrated with a steal of home. He's a great player, leadoff man. There have been some criticism directed toward keeping Upton in the leadoff spot. Through the first month of the season, Ellsbury's on-base percentage is .320. Through the first month of the season, Upton's on-base percentage is .320. B.J. scored 11 runs. Ellsbury scored 12.
Yeah, I mean, he works the count so well, and the speed factor gives a lot more fastballs to the hitters, and that's, you know, Carl Crawford's the same way. That's what we were saying in the open. These 2 guys get on, Longoria and Pena get better pitches to hit.
And that's why Upton is still in that leadoff spot. He has a base hit to start the bottom of the 1st for the Rays, and Carl Crawford's in the batter's box. Over to first, and Upton is back in. Yeah, his ability to put down a bunt and draw walks, and when he does get on base, he can force that issue. He is not timid about trying to take off.
Well, I mean, we saw some good swings last night. Obviously got a couple base hits, and that was a good swing today to get that one through the hole.
Masterson holding the ball on him out there.
Talked to Joe Madden today. He gave me a little scattering report. He said, you know, Masterson is a guy that they can run on normally.
And that was the case last year.
Yep.
I mean, there was a lot of running done against Masterson a year ago. So the Rays will be up for that as they try to continue the momentum that they gathered last night in that 13-run attack. Crawford takes the pitch for a strike. And if nothing else, right away, Masterson's attention is divided here between Upton and Crawford.
There's no doubt about that. A little slide step right there. And we saw that last night with Josh Beckett, that he went to a slide step. You have to.
Crawford reaching behind in the count 0-2.
If you're 1.3 seconds or less, you give your catcher a chance. What that means is when the pitcher, his first movement, from the time he moves and lifts his leg to the time the ball gets to the catcher's glove.
And now the ball pops away, but not far enough to give Upton a chance to move.
If that's 1.3 seconds or less, you got a chance. And if the catcher is 2.0 seconds from glove to glove, releasing it down to second base, that's 3.3 combined. The best runners in the game. Ricky Henderson was the best. On a leadoff to steal second, he was 3.1 seconds. That tells you how much quickness you have to give your catcher a chance.
Upstairs to Carl Crawford, 1-2.
You take a Pudge Rodriguez in his prime, he could get the ball down there at 1.75, 1.8 seconds with accuracy. So your pitcher could be a little slower, but that's not the case now with Jason Varitek.
Inside, and it's a 2-2 count. Crawford with only 3 lifetime at bats against Masterson. He's nothing out of 3. You know, that base hit for Upton gives him 4 out of 8 against Masterson.
It's a good running count again right here. 2-2. He's going.
The move to first, and BJ is back in there. close enough to be a little concerned over that one.
Yeah, there's the flinch right there. He was going 2-2.
Whoa.
And just did get the right hand in there. Now this pitch will probably be way outside. Carl's going to be looking out there to try to shoot the ball into left field. They're going to try to give Veritek a chance. Well, they're going to jam him.
And the pitch is up and in a bit. So a full count.
Well, now you know BJ's definitely going, and so Masterson can forget about it and just concentrate on Carl Crawford. And now he can go to his normal leg kick, because BJ is going to get to third base on a base hit anyway.
The pitch. It's tapped foul. So Upton will return to first.
He's trying to speed up, though. So even 3-2, he didn't want BJ to get too big of a lead, because if he hits a single in the right center field and he lets him get too far, BJ can score on a single. He's that quick. But what it's doing is taking a lot away from Masterson's stuff here early in the game, because he's trying to be so quick to home plate.
Upton off first. There he goes. 3-2. Swing and a miss, and the throw down is not in time as Upton picks up his 6th stolen base of the year. So Crawford out on strikes, and Upton steals his way into scoring position.
Good jump by BJ. Carl just swings right through it, pulled off a little bit. Pretty good throw by Veritek. Little pop-up slide, and BJ gets in there.
The 30th stolen base for the Rays this year. Here's Evan Longoria. Fouls the first pitch back. That's a strike. Evan 1 of 8 against Masterson.
And the defense for the Red Sox is playing Evan in the infield to pull, and Pedroia is the one that has to hold on BJ up into second base. I mean, he's almost right up the middle, and then he'll back off.
There goes Upton. The pitch is a strike, and the throw to third is in time, and Upton is caught stealing. Upton caught for the first time this year as Veritek goes down to Lowell and throws him out. So the Rays lose the base runner.
Take a look at the tag right there, right on the bag. Great throw by Veritek.
It's high to Evan. Yeah, the throw from Veritek was perfect.
I mean, Lowell didn't even have to move. That's how you can't put it any better than that, what Jason just did.
Pitch inside. I think BJ thinks he was in there because it was a late tag.
I think he might have been in there because Lowell didn't actually. The ball beat him, is why he got the call. From a technical aspect, yeah, maybe his foot got in there because he avoided the tag. If the ball beats you, they're going to call you out.
I mean, that throw was a perfect throw, but I think he may have gotten in there.
Yeah, you got to give credit for creative sliding. If the ball beats you by that much and you slide around it, technically they should call you what the play truly is.
Strike 3 call. Longoria took a couple of high strikes and is out on strikes here. No runs ahead, caught stealing and nobody left. So this game moves into the second, no score. right fielder leads off for Boston. Takes a strike from Andy Sonnenstein. Drew 0 for 2 last night. 234 on the year, but with some pretty good numbers against Andy. The pitch away a bit, 1-1. It's 4 of 11 against him. One of those hits a home run. There's a strike, 1-2.
That's a good pitch. That's the pitch that Brian Anderson was talking about. Got to keep him honest, go inside right there, and Payton make him think about it.
Rays had the shift on for Drew. He just got a little piece of the curveball, fouling it, staying alive.
Nice overhead shot right there. The infield. 3 men on the right side.
Upstairs with a fastball. Weapon in the upper 80s, and it's a 2-2 count. Line drive, one hop right to Longoria, who makes the throw. Boy, you talk about having defense perfectly. That defense was exactly in the right spot. So it's a 5-3 put out here to start the second inning. Tonight's game being simulcast in Spanish. You can access this audio feature by selecting the built-in SAP option on your television set. And there they are. Jason Bay takes a strike. Well, Bay at 324. Pitch moving down and in. Had a little action on it.
Wow, a lot of movement right there. Navarro had to backhand that. He's got to turn the glove over there.
Well, that one is inside.
You know, I was thinking about that great overhead shot. That ball was hit right exactly where Longoria was, and you know that goes into Joe Madden's computer. You know, you see the charts don't lie.
3-1, and you know Madden's fully aware that sometimes it might appear that they're burned by those, but he's a big believer. The preponderance of the evidence supports him. Bay walks on a pitch a little bit wide. A 1-out walk.
Look at the great defense right here over the top. Here's the hit. There he is right there, right where he's supposed to hit it. That's why Longoria's over there.
The Home Depot doing more on defense. Mike Lowell with a runner at first. Down and away.
You know, Dwayne, the other thing about that, the defensive alignment, is you try to sometimes make the hitter do something he's not comfortable doing. As he sees that big hole over there, and psychologically that can get in your head a little bit too.
Now 2-0. And he's got a little action on that fastball. He's run a couple of these away out of the strike zone here to Lowell. See some healthy numbers for the veteran third baseman against Sonnenstein. There's a strike. Andy in with a fastball there. 2-1.
He's got the arsenal of pitches. Everybody knows that. What Joe Madden was saying today is that he just wants him to visualize and make everything work off of his fastball. More fastball establishment down on the corners.
Ground ball. This is headed up the middle. Base hit into center. Bay will stop at second. Lowell took that one right back into center. Second hit given up. 2 on with 1 out for Jason Varitek. Well, he's got to be careful to this guy because Varitek apparently sees the ball very well against Andy. He's 5 out of 10 against him with a home run.
Yeah, and he's been swinging the bat pretty well actually from the left side for power this year. We saw it in spring training, and he's carried it on into the season with his 4 home runs.
the strike. Veritek has been refreshed here with the new season starting.
Yeah, he really has. And, you know, the Red Sox waited him out and vice versa, but they really didn't have an answer. Like somebody was coming up from AAA to take his job.
1-1, and even with Pitaras, who caught last night, you know, it was not their original plan to have him on the club. No. They had Bard over there thinking that he might be able to be the guy to catch Wakefield. Didn't work out that way, and so the catching setup is what it is now. Pitaras, the backup. Veritek lifts the fly ball to right. Gross makes the catch. The runners will hold. 2 outs.
Got in there a little bit on Jason Veritek. Nice strong throw from the outfield by Gross. Get that ball back in. Taking anything for granted. I think that's the way the Rays have to play. Don't take anything for granted. You know, second out there, Bay's really not going to tag and go, but don't assume he won't. So Gabe came up throwing.
Two men on, 2 men out, and Julio Lugo recently activated. He is 2 out of 6. Pitch up a little bit. Ball, no strikes. Lugo's had some knee issues. He had arthroscopic surgery to repair a torn meniscus in his right knee. And he leaves one high. 2-0.
Got to get over that front leg, bend that back, get to drive the ball down.
And a long fly ball back into left field. Crawford to the track and has room to make the catch. Lugo hit a 2-0 pitch a long way, but Crawford had room to catch it. Bottom of the second coming, no score.
It's a great night. You know, I had everything working, spun up everything. Just now today's getting ready for 5 more days. You know, it's you gotta have short-term memory, because if you sit on that, you know, the only thing I can take out is, you know, the way it felt and the way the ball felt coming out of my hand. You know, it's just another game, and I got another one in 5 days.
Well, that's the Geico quote of the day, and here tonight, it's Garza taking care of his pitching coach, Jim Hickey, instead of the other way around.
He's great. He's fun.
Carlos Pena takes a strike. Hickey was about the only guy talking to Garza as that game progressed last night. Had that no-hitter broken up in the 7th inning on the infield hit by Jacoby Ellsbury. Had a perfect game broken up. It's away with a pitch, and the count is 1-1. Just another game. Well, let's hope that it's just another game, and he's got a few more of those in him. Boy, what a dominant performance with that strong right arm and command and concentration all coming together for Matt Garza last night. Boy, he was something special.
When you see his stuff, you almost expect that every time out, that he can do that. He has that type of stuff. I mean, he has as good a stuff, truly, in the American League and in Major League Baseball as anybody I can think of. It's not making that up.
Ground ball into short right. Pedroia's there and makes the throw. So Pena hit it into the shift, and Pedroia throws him out from short right field. One away. So they'll shift back into their normal spots now. Pedroia back in that normal second base spot. Everybody where they normally are, and Pat Burrell prepares to hit against Masterson. Fouls it out of play. Pat had a couple hits and a run scored and a run batted in last night.
Yeah, he's up to 268 now, and that's where Pat's going to be. He's going to be at 268, 275, and before it's all said and done, he's going to hit you 25 to 30 home runs. What he does.
1-1 the count.
He works the count well, and we were talking before the game. He's doing well with runners in scoring position.
Hitting .391 with men in scoring position. The Rays overall are hitting .284 with men in scoring position. But as we mentioned in the pregame comments, what they've been doing is scoring almost 9 runs in the game they win, and the game they lose, they're scoring just a little over 2 runs a game.
I know Joe Madden is talking about doubling up, and what he means by that is coming back and doing it again. You know, you score 13 one night, the next night the team's shutting you down, you're only scoring 1.
And Burrell out in front of that slider. Masterson picks up strikeout number 3.
Masterson's stuff is just totally different when nobody's on. I mean, that's a good slider at 84 right there. Take a look at the overhead shot right on the outside corner. Real tough pitch, and his fastball in the windup is at 94 now. So when the Rays get men on base, he's worried about the base runners, and it took about 3 or 4 miles off his fastball because he was going so quick to the plate.
Well, there's Gabe Gross with a home run this year. He's 2 for 5 with a home run lifetime against Masterson. He let the fastball fly that time, and he missed with it. 1 ball, no strikes. Two outs, base is empty. And a strike drops in. Got that one on the slider. It's 1-1.
Looks like we got more crowd tonight than last night.
I think we do, and we're going to have good crowds tomorrow and again Sunday, I think. 2 balls and a strike. Just speaking for myself, I thought last night's crowd hoped that it would be a little bigger than it was. Great pitching matchup. There's ball 3 in. It's 3-1.
I think people have to understand you got to stay with the Rays because it's not a fluke that you won 97 games last year. This is a better club put together with the addition of Pat Burrell in the middle of that than a year ago. And the young guys that went through it, the playoffs, the World Series, are only going to get better from that.
Gross has a nice at bat, draws the walk. That's something he's capable of doing, and with 2 outs, he takes over at first base. Here's Iwamura.
When you're young and athletic and you've got an average age in the starting rotation of about 25 years old. They're only going to get better.
And that's the one thing about a club that gets off to a little bit of a bumpy start the way the Rays have. If they're young, they're more capable of playing with greater intensity longer than a veteran club.
Absolutely.
Oh, Aki's hit by the pitch. First pitch, and Aki hit in the back with it.
Got him in the right spot. He got him right in the tail section as he turned in. Ball just really got away. Yeah, right in the right pocket right there. That's the way you got to turn in toward the catcher. Protect yourself. We'll get Navarro going.
Yeah, that would really help. You know, he had that all-star season last year, both at the plate and behind the plate last season. And the Rays have really missed that through the first month of this season. Aki at first base, Gross at second, and Navarro in there with a 1-0 count. He's hitting just a little over 180, and that can't last much longer.
Well, the way to get back, especially now with the runner at second and first, is to use the field, go the other way, and not try to pull the sinker or the slider. Stay inside it, don't use the field.
Too high. 2 balls, no strikes.
I'm sure Navarro with the day off yesterday is going, yes, is it that easy? Michelle Hernandez gets a start and gets 4 hits and hits a home run. Ball gone through it, though.
Three balls, no strikes. Well, he walked Gross and then went into the stretch, hit Imamura with the first pitch, and has missed on 3 pitches to Navarro. Throws a strike. I was a little curious about Aki being hit by that pitch when it happened, because he was 1 for 3 lifetime against him, and he had a home run off him up at Fenway.
I was thinking the same thing, actually.
I wondered about that, and well, he missed on the next 3 pitches to Navarro, and so I thought better of it, but we'll see.
You never know. Yeah, he carried the ball a little bit too long, is what he did. Masterson.
And a little number backhanded on the mound by Masterson. And he makes the play to first. The Rays lead 2. A walk and a hit batter, and so through 2 we have no score.
of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
We go to the third, no score. The Rays and the Red Sox in game 2 of their 4-game series. Boston will have the top of the order, Jacoby Ellsbury up here. And the pitch is a strike. The Rays left a couple men on in the bottom half of the second inning, and we get an opportunity. We want to show you that pitch to Navarro. There's a hot shot down to first, and Pena takes care of that unassisted. You know, Navi had a 3-1 count with a couple of men on, and Kevin, I think that pitch and that at bat 3-1 is kind of a microcosm of the frustrating start that Navi's had at the plate.
Yeah, he's getting himself out, and you know, when you're hitting 181 after the first month, you want to make it up all in one night. You'd like to get 4 hits like his counterpart did last night, Michel Hernandez.
Pedroia taking a strike.
But yeah, let's take a look at the pitch first, and we'll continue. Here it is. That's a little slider right there. Tough pitch right off the end of the bat. Now 3-1, you're not looking for a slider.
And another base hit punched into right field this time for Pedroia. So he has that 1-out single.
So you got to have that fine focus. 3-1, you're not looking for a slider. You got to be looking fastball. If he throws a slider and paints you, so what? Make him go the distance on you. So I had a guy, Rafi Palmeiro, one time start out the season hitting $180 for the first 2 months, and I said, Rafi, don't let the first 200, some odd at bats affect the next 450. You can't make it up all in one night. When you start pressing and going, expanding your own zone, that's what you start doing. But you get tired of seeing that 181 up on the scoreboard too.
David Ortiz, the pitch is a strike to start him. Curveball.
And you know what Rafi hit? He hit 182. No, he hit 297.
Exactly.
He hit 297 and hit his 37 home runs. But it's all natural. Anybody that's been in a slump, it's all natural for a hitter to go through that.
Fly ball skied to center. BJ's making the call for it. 2 outs right there, and back to first goes Pedroia. Well, it's one thing to say that, and here's how you handle it. And Madden has been so good collectively over great wins and tough losses. He says, hey, you celebrate it for 30 minutes, you wear a tough loss for 30 minutes and go on. And ideally, that's what you do individually when you're struggling a little bit. But boy, that thing, it accumulates and wears on you. They are, after all, human beings.
It really does, and especially after you're coming off an all-star year and you're a good offensive player.
Here's Euclid. Pitch is down.
And you're the everyday catcher. You came up with some big hits last year. You made the all-star team. Did a nice job behind the plate overall, and you get off to a tough start. Everybody goes through it. He'll be good as long as he gets that fine focus and doesn't get himself out and expand the zone on counts when he has hitters counts like that. He's swinging at a 3-1 slider.
1-1 to count. Yeah, that's the thing you'd love to see, and you know that it's not a pleasant thing for Navi to go through, and it's just human nature that you're going to worry about it, and you're going to battle. But the key is, forget about the first month now. Just start over.
Well, the thing that you have to do, and I would tell my hitters, is you have to try to hit the ball hard 4 times and just have good at bats. And if you do that, you're going to get your 1 to 2 hits a night. If you're hitting the ball hard, 1 time in 4, you're going to go 0 for 4. You're going to go 1 for 5, 2 for 9.
Hot shot toward the corner and left. Crawford's going to have to play the carom. Pedroia is hitting third. They're going to stop him there. The throw wide back to the infield, and it's Pena who comes up with it as Euclid doubles into the left field corner.
Look at Kevin Euclid shooting this thing into the corner. Carl Crawford hustles to try to get to this ball, but as Pedroia was coming to third, there was Iwamura running with him, and look at third base coach DeMarlo Hale saying, hey, wasn't that a little bit of interference with the Iwamura and Pedroia? That's what you're supposed to do on a sure double to left field. The second baseman has to come across. and be the trailer as far as cutoffs and relays. And Pedroia was round 3/4 of the way to third base at the same time. But there was actually no collision. It was just close.
So for Euclid, his 9th double, and the Red Sox have another threat. They've had men in scoring position now in each of the first 3 innings. Second and third with the left-handed bat of J.D. Drew up. And as we mentioned the first time, Drew coming into the game 4 of 11 lifetime against Andy Sonnenstein. Pitch is down, 1-0. So a key spot as Andy tries to get out of this one. Up for the pitch.
Well, Jim Hickey went out there. I'm sure he said, you got a base open and a base to play with, and make him hit your pitch. I mean, you got to paint on J.D. Drew, but that being said, you got a tough guy on deck in Jason Bay hitting .324, who's leading baseball in walks.
The pitch down, and you know the other thing about Andy tonight, I'd have to make a quick calculation here in the third, but he'd made 40 pitches through 2 innings. 21 strikes and 19 pitches out of the strike zone. That's
right.
Not like him.
No, it's not. 2 base runners in innings, what he's averaged all year, and that's what he's got again now.
And the 3-0 pitch, and he walks him. So he really was very careful with Drew. And the bases are loaded with Bay due up. Bay drew a walk in the second inning. So it's Sonnenstein against the right-handed bat now. And it's low, bounding away, but not far enough to cause any damage as Navarro retrieves it.
Take a look at the breaking ball right here. That's the owner's got to get that other knee down and cover up with the right side. Use 2 hands to make that ball come right out in front of home plate.
Single, double, and a walk. They're loaded with 2 outs. 1-0 the count to Bay. And he misses high with a fastball. Well, he was very careful not to give Drew much to hit. Walked him on 4 pitches. And now he's behind Bay. 2 balls, no strikes.
It doesn't get any easier. You got Bay and you got Mike Lowell, who's got 23 RBIs on deck. So you got to throw strikes at somebody.
And ball 3 is high. There's Lowell on deck. He's off to a very good start, as is Bay. And ball 4, that's going to force home a run. Pedroia scores. Euclid goes to third. Drew and Bay walked on 4 pitches each. Run batted in, number 20 on the year for Bay.
Yeah, that's 58 pitches for Andy, and he's only thrown 29 strikes half the time. That's just not going to get it done. Something that Joe Madden was concerned about. He wants him to visualize better. He was talking to him in the outfield the other day during batting practice in Minnesota, and he said, I want you to visualize better about pounding the zone with strike 1 on the corners with your fastball.
There's the strike to Mike Lowell.
Pretty similar pitch to the 3-0 pitch Bay just took for ball 4. Almost the same location.
And here's the other problem with Lowell. He is 7 of 15 lifetime against Andy.
I say, it doesn't get any easier.
Ground ball to short. Bartlett will take it to second for the force on Bay to retire the side. The Rays will settle for that. Red Sox score 1, leave them loaded 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third.
We have a special guest joining us here at Tropicana Field. Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Raheem Morris. Raheem, first of all, a little Boston-Tampa Bay action. Pretty exciting baseball, huh?
Oh, this is big time. The stadium is packed. You got to love the atmosphere. All the fans around having a bunch of fun. I'm just having a ball.
The very first pitch, the ceremonial first pitch, is never caught by Joe Madden. But today he was your catcher. How'd it go?
Hey, Joe Madden told me to make it difficult on him, so I threw a curve at him. I threw a nice slider, and I sunk it in there. Watch the slider. Boom! But that was a great catch by him. He saved me.
Clean.
He saved me. But that was a slider. Somebody would have swung at that, I'm telling you.
So you were pretending like there was a batter up there on the first pitch.
Hey, there's no question. I got to have a batter. I got to have a challenge. So I made it happen. I threw the slider over there, and Joe Madden scooped it out of the dirt, and it was sweet.
Raheem, final thing. You hear about the AL East, how tough it is. Boston, do you feel you're in the same boat with how tough the NFC South has gotten this year?
Hey, the NFL is tough in all, but the NFC South is always tough. Anytime you got to face the kind of coaches we got to deal for, the quarterbacks we got to deal for, the running games we got to deal for, you respect the league, you respect everything about it. You can't fear it. You got to go out and play everybody and knuckle up.
We appreciate you coming out with your Rays jersey, too. We hope to see you around during the season.
No question, man. I'll definitely be around. You'll see me a lot.
Thank you, Raheem.
No question.
Guys, Raheem Morris with a little slider on the ceremonial first pitch. Back to you.
I'm telling you, Tyler, the Rays need somebody to make a pitch sometime late in the season. They might have to activate Raheem there. And he's right. That's a strikeout pitch.
He had good tilt on that, didn't he?
Oh, man. I'll tell you.
Joe Madden, the old catcher.
Yeah.
Picking it.
I mean, that's a pretty good battery there. Raheem Morris and Joe Madden. He can handle that mitt.
Nice combo.
Obviously, yeah. Had a good pitch. Bartlett has popped out to start the inning. And now here's B.J. Upton. Pitch is a strike to B.J. down around the knees. One strike to count. Raheem's got some good positive energy going, too. I'll tell you. It's a foul ball back into the screen. 0-2.
His average is climbing. Get off that interstate pretty soon.
BJ singled his first time, stole second, caught trying to steal third. Oh, strike three, and what a pitch that was.
Take a look. It looked like it was outside. Just take a look at it. Bites the corner right there. Veritek pulled it back, so that tells you he thinks it was outside. The overhead shows that it was a little bit outside. Otherwise, Veritek wouldn't have pulled it in.
Here's Carl Crawford. Carl lets the fly ball the other way. Bay is under it and left, and Masterson has a quick inning. 1-2-3 go the Rays, and we head into the fourth. 1-0 Boston. Ball on Sun Sports, brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Through 3 here at Tropicana Field. Now having a good time on a Friday night. Second game of this 4-game series. Rays and the Red Sox. Jason Varitek the lead off for Boston, and Sonnenstein's pitch is in there for a strike.
Andy needs to put a 0 up there and get him out 1, 2, 3 because the lineup's going to turn over in this inning for the 3rd time already.
Breaking ball, and it's down a little bit. Pretty close. 1-1. Yeah, he needs an inning here in the 4th, like Masterson had in the bottom of the 3rd. A 1, 2, 3, 7 pitch inning. Ahead of Varitek. 1-2.
Yeah, the other thing, you turn that lineup over so many times. When they get that 5th at bat, those good hitters, they get their points, and they usually come up in the top of the 8th, the top of the 9th.
Swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him. So Varitek is strikeout number 1 for Andy.
He worked off the fastball to set this pitch up, the curveball right there. 85 fastball up for a strike, and then drops the curveball down 75, 76. Excellent.
Julio Lugo up a bit. 1 ball, no strikes. He can't get Hirschbeck to go for that one either. Fastball a little bit wide. 2-0. A couple of pitches close around that strike zone here to Lugo. And there's a 1-hopper through the hole on the left side. Lugo has a base hit, makes the turn. He's at first with 1 away. Experience the Rays. Experience from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features an upscale full menu buffet and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com for more information for your night out at Tropicana Field of the Whitney Bank Club. Jacoby Ellsbury, the top of the order. 1 ball, no strikes. A couple of ground balls from Ellsbury. 1 to short. The last time down to Pena, unassisted at first base. Line drive to first, and Carlos stepped on the bag for the double play. Well, it turns out to be a quick inning on that line drive double play. Just what the Rays were looking for. We're headed into the home half of the 4th. Boston with a run. Rays still looking for their first run. are leading. Time for the Aflac trivia question. Aflac asked about it at work. How many Major League Baseball teams have never thrown a no-hitter in their history? Last night it was Garza flirting with one. The Rays have had previous flirtations. Evan Longoria takes the pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Longoria, Pena, and Burrell against Masterson. Let's see if they can get something done here in the 4th. Rays left 2 men aboard in the 2nd inning. 2-out walk to Gross and a hit batter. Oh, a wave and a miss. Just a little piece of it maybe, and it rolls to the backstop. That had a lot of movement as it just went sliding away from him.
Yeah, he's got a tough delivery to pick up for right-handed hitters. He's kind of that high 3/4. A lot of arms and legs running at you. Tough to pick up the ball.
Ground ball, and that's the deflection off Masterson to Pedroia, and the throw is there in time. Well, Masterson using his backside to help himself there.
Look at Masterson right there, his delivery. Evan hit it right in front of home plate, and had it not been deflected, I think it would have been a tough play because Pedroia would have had it backhanded, and I think Evan probably would have beat that out.
One out in the 4th for Carlos Pena. That's a strike. Carlos hitting against the shift again here in the 4th. In the 2nd inning, he hit the ball on the ground into short right field, and Pedroia was stationed exactly where he is now, and he threw him out from short right field. 1-1. Masterson 1-2 lifetime against the Rays with a .528 earned run average. He's pitching pretty well so far tonight. Carlos is behind him, 1-2.
First changeups we've seen from Masterson right there, 82 miles an hour. Carlos got out in front of it. Masterson likes to start. I mean, they had him in the bullpen because of the 5 starters that they had. Daisuke Matsusaka, of course, went on the DL.
Fastball too close, 2-2.
And, you know, they had John Smoltz in the wings, who had a little setback in his rehab. Brad Penny was signed. Wakefield's in the rotation pitching well, so they had to put Masterson in the bullpen, and that really made their bullpen strong. But he's been pretty good as a starter.
Bouncer that hits the bag at first, bounces straight up into the air and is grabbed by Youkilis, who makes the play unassisted. Carlos hit the bag down there at first. 2 gone. Well, if you've thought about that no-hitter question, let's look for the answer to the Aflac trivia question here. Aflac, ask about it at work. How many teams in the majors have never had a no-hitter thrown by one of their pitchers? The Rays being one. The Mets, how about that? The Mets with all those great pitchers. Padres and the Rockies. Pat Burrell grounds one to short. Lugo's throw. So it's a 1-2-3 4th, and we head into the 5th. 1-0 Boston.
Red Sox as you look at the view from high above center field. Tim Bogart, first base coach, who last year was the Rays quality assurance coach, and also Rocco Baldelli, the former Ray today, received their American League championship rings. There you see Bogey right there, Joe Madden and Andrew Friedman, along with the coaching staff, giving out the ring to Tim Bogart. Rocco said he just took a quick glance at it, and then he was going to probably go home. He's got the home still in the area. He was going to go home tonight, put it on, and really think about what happened last year. Did not want to look at it too much in front of his current Red Sox teammates. And there you see Tim Bogart. Guys, that first shot we saw was from way up above center field. We're going to have that camera with us all weekend. Back to you.
That's great. That's a great shot. 1-0 pitch lifted high into left. Not overly deep. Crawford back a few steps for it, and Carl puts it away to retire Pedroia to begin the fifth. Hey, there's that camera up there. Look at that. It's operated by remote control. Kevin, as a manager, if you'd had that kind of camera, what could you have done with that?
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't be going up there to put it up there. I'm not big on heights like that. Like a little catwalk.
Breaking ball into Ortiz. That's a strike.
I didn't used to be that way, but
really? That
no.
just it's late onset.
Yeah, it's come on in the last few years. Yeah, it's like I like to be grounded.
And another high popper in the left. Crawford will come in a little bit for this one. So a couple of quick outs, 4 pitches and 2 outs in the fifth. Boy, against these guys, Pedroia and Ortiz, you go, yes, we'll take that.
You're not kidding. Getting through the fifth is huge. If Andy can get through it, he's 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah, you got Kevin Youkilis to deal with now. Youkilis doubled in the third. One of the 5 hits picked up by Boston. And he takes a breaking ball first pitch for a strike. One and one. Sonnenstein in the mid-70s in pitch count here. 2 outs into the fifth. And he throws another breaking ball for a strike. 2 pretty good ones here.
Yep.
To Youkilis.
76, 75 miles an hour, both of them dropping them in there. Want to get Masterson right back on the mound. He's had a couple of quick innings last 2.
And a foul ball, another breaking ball, and Youkilis got enough of it to stay alive. A run, 5 hits for Boston, no runs, 1 hit for the Rays. And a shot driven into right center field. That's going to be in there for an extra base hit. It bounces over the wall for the double, and Youkilis has his second double of the night.
Well, Kevin starts out May just like he finished April. Hitting .395 coming into this game, and double to left, double to right. He's really quick on balls that right over the plate like that. It was a hanger, and he just jumped on it, squared it up. It's the track and over the wall for the ground rule double.
Now it's J.D. Drew. He walked to load the bases in the third ahead of the bases loaded walk to Jason Bay. There's a fastball in for a strike. Drew's talking it over with John Hirschbeck. Drew is very particular when it comes to that strike zone.
Yeah, I was talking about J.D. last night, and you know, I've seen him take 3 and 2 pitches like that where he's probably right. It might be an inch off the inside corner, but you know, the umpires will ring him up and they'll have some conversation like that.
There's a strike again.
He does have a great eye. I mean, I don't know if his eyesight's better than John Hirschbeck, but you know, sometimes, especially now with 2 strikes, you got to expand your own zone. You may be right, but if it's only an inch or 2 off the corner and the catcher frames it well, they're gonna ring you up.
Breaking ball is low. 1 and 2. 2-out double. Youkilis in scoring position. Red Sox have had men in scoring position in 4 of the 5 innings. Breaking ball and a ground ball, base hit to the right side. Gross up with it. Euclid's going to try to score. The throw up the line, and now Drew goes to second. He is safely in there, and it's 2-0 Boston. Euclid scores on the base hit by Drew. It's 2-0 Boston. The 11th run batted in for Drew.
Yeah, JD expanded his own zone here because this ball was up, and he liked it, and he squirted up nicely. Gross gets rid of it quickly. Good arm. Good base running, though, really, by J.D. Drew to get to second base. He never stopped.
And when he hit that ball, I really thought with Gross out there, they might make the play closer at the plate than they did.
I did, too.
Bay bouncing one foul, strike one. So the Red Sox have 2 runs. And Gross charges the ball well. He has a good arm.
Quick release, too.
Yep.
As a general rule, I mean, you're going to try to score 2 outs anyway, but as a general rule, if you touch the ball as an outfielder, just as the runner is getting to third base, you got a chance to get him. Third base coach, that's kind of a guideline when you're coaching third. If the base runner's not at the bag yet and the outfielder has touched the ball, and if he doesn't run all that well, you got to hold him up. But with 2 outs, Kevin Euclid is going to score either way, or going for it either way.
A little popper short center. Hockey starts out, going to be tough. He made it. Hockey with a great catch. A little slide just at the end on the over-the-shoulder grab to retire the side, leaving a man at second base and limiting the damage to only a run. A little star by that one for Hockey. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Boston. Rays baseball tonight brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. And Corona. This Cinco de Mayo, be sure to grab some ice cold Corona or Corona Light. Relax responsibly. Rays are down by 2. Looking for their first run. They have only 1 hit. They've had just 3 base runners, and here's one of them. Gabe Gross walked in the second inning with 2 outs. The first pitch is off the plate in, a ball and no strike. So 4 shutout innings by Justin Masterson.
And the pitch count is low, only starts the inning at 52, and he went 99 pitches in his last outing. His 2 starts, he's gone 5 1/3 innings in both.
There's a base hit. Fastball, and it's returned right back through the middle. Gross is on for the second time tonight.
I think we saw it last night. He had 3 really good at-bats, and that last at-bat where he hit the lefty Lopez for a base hit for 2 runs, I think gave him a lot of confidence. There was no pinch hitting there, and getting him on track is going to be big because he's got some power.
Well, for the first time since the first, the Rays put the leadoff man aboard to start the inning. And here's Hockey. We mentioned that home run he hit last year up at Fenway off Masterson. He was hitting the back by a pitch. Now he's going to bunt. That pitch is down and in. A ball and no strikes. Look at that home run over the Green Monster.
Well, he went opposite field on Masterson. They're trying to pound him in.
It was in early June last year up there. Pitch is down, 2-0. Boston scored a run in the third and added one in the top of the fifth. Hockey fouls it. That's headed out of play. 2-1. Boston leading the East, starting the day at 14-8. Toronto 15-9. The Red Sox with a few percentage points advantage over the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays are winning tonight right now, 4-2 over Baltimore in the sixth.
Hockey takes it a little wide. It's 3-1. The standings at the start of the day. Red Sox and the Blue Jays in a virtual tie. Boston leading by percentage points. Hockey lifts another one foul out of play down the left side, and the count is full.
Yeah, now you got a running situation. Make sure Aki puts the ball in play, stay out of a double play, and open up a hole in that infield. Put Gabe Gross in motion. Sinker ball pitcher anyway. It's a great time to do it.
The runner does go, and there's ball 4 outside. 2 men on. Nobody out here in the fifth. The Corona Beach Bar hosts 75 or more people in an exclusive setting during a Rays game. Reserve the Corona Beach Bar by calling 727-825-3406 or email groupsales@raysbaseball.com. Deanna Navarro. Grounded out pitcher first, his first time. Couple of men on as the Rays try to build something here. Navarro bunts. Varitek goes down to first to Euclid. So Gross goes to third and Aki up to second base. And the Rays sacrificed both men into scoring position.
I like that because you got Bartlett hitting almost 360 coming in, and he goes ahead and puts it down. DeHonors had a tough start offensively, so why not put him in scoring position for Jason Bartlett and then B.J. Upton. It's a good move right there. Good bunt.
And here is Bartlett. As we mentioned in our opening comments, he's had a great start through the first month. Popped to first his first time tonight, and he takes the pitch inside. Jason started the night 10th in the American League in hitting 381 with men in scoring position. Lifetime 286, 2 of 7 coming into this game against Masterson.
And the infield, other than at third base, will give up a run if Jason hits the ball on the ground.
That one is wide. He threw him a slider, and Jason would not chase it.
First at bat, Jason had a 2-0 count. Got a pretty good pitch to hit. He just popped it up. Got a 2-0 fastball. Different situation now with runners at second and third. I don't think he's going to throw a cookie down the middle.
2-0 pitch, and it's fouled back. Out of play. He came back to the fastball.
He did throw a cookie. That little tailing action, though. 89. What's tough about Masterson, everything moves.
He's thrown harder fastballs, but that one had as much or more movement than the others.
It did. 89 with movement. Running in on Jason.
Two and one the count. And he's hit by the pitch. So Masterson hits Bartlett. That's going to load the bases. The second man he's hit tonight.
He's had success with the slider. I thought he might try to go away with a slider 2-1, but he wanted to go back inside once again because the last one worked and it ran too much.
So John Farrell, the pitching coach, spent some time on the mound with his young right-hander. Rays have loaded the bases for the top of the order, and it will be B.J. Upton. And B.J. with a history of success against Masterson, including a home run.
B.J. already has a base hit to lead off the game, and when he struck out in the third inning, it was a questionable call. It looked like it might have been a little bit outside. But B.J.'s pretty locked in right now.
1 for 2 tonight. And a swing and a miss on that fastball. There's the breakout for B.J. against Masterson. Up this time, up and in. 1-1.
Not by design, though. That Masterson was trying to go away, and he missed by about 17 inches. Veritek wanted that ball down the way on the outside corner.
Wide this time. And up again. It's 2-1. Rays trying to break through against Masterson. Oh, and a cut and a miss. Fastball again, 2-2.
BJ asking John Hirschbeck if that was a strike he swung at, and Hirschbeck says yes. Again, it had that movement running in on his hands. 87 miles an hour.
Now the 2-2. Full count. Masterson tried to put a little something extra on that one.
Yeah, he did. He got it up to 91 right there and tried to go above the hands of BJ, and he was able to lay off. Tough pitch to lay off right there.
So the count is full with them loaded. One out, bottom of the fifth. 2-0 Boston. 3-2. And a fly ball lifted toward right center field. Ellsbury on the run after it. He's going to make the catch. The tag at third by Gross. He will score. The runners advance to second and third. And the Rays are on the board on the sacrifice fly off the bat of B.J. Upton.
That's a good at bat by BJ. Got on top of that, really squared it up nicely, and he just missed really hitting that thing out of the ballpark. Nice short swing. He choked up on the bat when he got to 2 strikes, even more. And a very productive out right there. Cut the lead in half, 2-1.
Now Carl Crawford. Carl 0 for 2. He takes the fastball upstairs. Masterson has been up a lot here in this inning with the fastball.
You just got to make sure it's down below your hand so you get on top of it. Especially if you're Carl, you want to put the thing on the ground somewhere.
2-0. Gross open with the base hit up the middle. He has scored the run. Eva Moore is at third base, and Bartlett's the runner at second. 2-0 the count to Crawford. Inside for ball 3.
Well, I thought last night the walk that Carl Crawford drew in the 3rd inning that set up Longoria's bases clearing double was really the key to the game. Set it up for Longoria. It's about trying to do the same thing.
Carl takes a strike. It's 3-1.
And now it's the same thing. 3-1. You got to be sure. It's got to be something you really want. Looking location and pitch right here. If you get it, jump on it. If not, make it go 3-2. 3-2.
3-1 pitch. And he comes back with a strike there on a 3-1 slider. That's okay.
That's all right because he was looking fastball right there. Now you got to make him do it again.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And it's 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs, 2-1 game. The pitch. And there's ball 4. He missed with a fastball. Gives up his 2nd walk of the inning, and that loads the bases for Evan Longoria.
Really good at bat by Carl Crawford, and the key taking that 3-1 slider because he wasn't looking for it, so he spit on it. And Masterson couldn't double and duplicate it. Right guy, right time.
Well, Longoria is going to be the hitter, and Varitek takes some time out there. Masterson, among other things, has made 25 pitches in this inning. And that's his high pitch count in any one inning tonight.
Yeah, he only had 52 coming into this inning. And he's already got 25 and jumps it to 77 now overall.
And here's Evan. He was called out on strikes on a pitch away in the 1st, grounded out in the 4th. And he did go around. That's a strike. Longoria drove in 4 runs last night, one of them with this 6th inning home run into left center field. He doubled with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning of last night's game to really get things started. And he takes that one for a strike. Well, the slider, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Varitek will move late. He'll set up like he's going to set up inside, and then he'll jump out at the last instant, especially when he calls that slider.
This one outside, a fastball wide. 1-2.
You can feel that as a hitter too when the catcher's underneath you, and if you jump out late, I mean, it can be tough sometimes. You just got to lock in on the release point of the pitcher.
1-2 pitch upstairs. And a fastball. So the Rays really for the first time pushing Masterson a little bit. They have a run home. Bases loaded. 2 gone. Two pitch. Swing and a drive. High, deep, and gone. Grand slam home run for Evan Longoria. A 2-2 pitch, and Longoria hits one out. Just like that, the Rays put 5 on the board and make it a 5-2 game. How about that for Longoria?
Fastball right down the middle, and Evan knew it. He squared it up. Look how smooth he is right there. That's effortless with the swing. He's some kind of special player, kind of special hitter. Calm and cool. Sweet swing.
A grand slam for Longoria. Pena fouls one up the right side. You're right. He is special.
And it goes back to last night. Carl Crawford draws a big walk. Evan clears the bases. Tonight, Carl Crawford draws a big walk. Evan clears the bases. Double last night, the grand slam tonight.
Now here's a drive by Pena. This one is well hit. That's gone. Back-to-back home runs, and Carlos Pena hits his 10th of the year. And now it's 6-2. The Rays offense has exploded here in the 6th inning. The Longoria grand slam, followed by the blast by Pena. And the Rays make it a 6-run inning.
With Carlos Pena, nice overhead shot right there. They're trying to go away, and it was in the middle of the plate. And Carlos knew it. Home run number 10.
Look at the bench. Pat Burrell takes a pitch outside.
And we'll start to get that feeling of confidence permeating throughout the clubhouse and the bench right there.
Wave and a miss. Well, Longoria and Pena have gone back-to-back again. This is turning out to be quite a 1-2 punch. Pitch up a little bit to Pat, 2-1. Longoria and Pena went back-to-back against the Orioles in Baltimore on April the 12th. That's a strike. They go back-to-back here tonight. Longoria grand slam and Pena solo blast. That shot foul down toward the Boston bullpen where Manny Del Carmen is throwing. Count still 2-2.
I think it won't be long, too, before Pat Burrell starts joining the parade. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Pat's got 1 home run, but we know that he usually hits about 28 to 30 every single year.
And there is strike 3 called to retire the side, but the Rays send 9 men to the plate. They score 6. 4 coming on the second career grand slam off the bat of Evan Longoria. Back-to-back homers by Longoria and Pena, and the Rays lead 6-2. And Sonnenstein's first pitch to Mike Lowell is a strike on the outside corner. He threw him a slider to start him. With a foul the other way, and that's out of play. The Rays, with a 6-run 5th inning, have grabbed this 4-run lead.
You know what I'm going to say now, don't you? Got to put a 0 up there.
Yes, you do.
Get the momentum back like that.
Ground ball down to third to Longoria. Instead of first, DePena's on the money. One away, kids. Every home Sunday is Kids Sunday on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida, which means our camera crews will be in the stands searching for the most creative signs showing your support for the Rays. So grab your markers and poster board and get to work. The youngster with the best sign will be seen on live TV during our telecast, all part of Kids Sunday on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Here's Jason Varitek waving and missing, strike one. Varitek struck out his last time in a fly ball to right the first time up. Wave and a miss, nothing in two. Well, so far for Sonnenstein here in the sixth, nothing but strikes.
That was a nice curveball. Bottom fell out of that. I mean, you've got to be pumped up if you're Andy right now. You want to put these guys down 1, 2, 3.
Varitek with a little piece of it.
Get a 6 spot put up there after being down 2-0 and having some defensive help out there and some line drives caught for double plays. Now you go out there and pound the zone. Put them away.
Ground ball that deflects off the pitcher's mound and into center field for a base hit for Varitek. That's the 8th hit given up by Sonnenstein. The Rays do have action in the bullpen. It started as the inning began. J.P. Howell is throwing here in the 6th inning down in the bullpen. 1 on 1 out here for Boston. By the way, the Rays with that grand slam home run by Longoria have hit 3 this year. Pena, Zobrist, and now Longoria have hit grand slam home runs. Lugo, he pops it up. Foul ball. Will it be playable? Pena over toward the dugout. Makes the catch. They get Lugo on the first pitch. 2 gone.
That's a big out with the lineup turning over right here for the 4th time. Ellsbury comes up to the plate. And then you got the big boys coming behind him with Pedroia, Ortiz, and Euclid. That's why J.P. Howell is up and ready. That was a huge out. Matter of fact, they're going to take some time. Pena and Navarro go to the mound. And you may see Howell, if he gets ready, just come in right now. Because Ellsbury's seen him 3 times now. Last time he lined out into a double play at first base.
Yeah, he hit the ball hard, and they've given the signal from the bullpen that J.P. is ready, and that's going to be it for Sonnenstein. So Andy, who's gone through the lineup 3 full times now,
that's enough,
will depart. He works 5 2/3. He leaves with a man on, and the Rays make a pitching change. Back in a moment. At bat of Jacoby Ellsbury. Pitch is a strike. JP on for the 11th time, an earned run average of 3.
I like this right here. 11 strikeouts, only 2 walks. 4.5 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio. That's what you're talking about right there.
Tap foul, right side, takes the count to 0-2.
I like this move by Joe Madden because Sonnenstein went through the lineup 3 times, and he did have some help out there, and you get him out there on a positive note. You give the bullpen a chance. Come in right here, the runner at first base, rather than 2 guys on and maybe 2 out, something like that. And what you're asking out of your bullpen, if you're Joe Madden, you're saying just give me 10 outs, guys. You start counting those outs.
And Ellsbury's hitting .226 off lefties and .317 against right-handers.
Exactly.
So Madden makes this move. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Confidence is a big part of it too. You get Andy out of there with a chance with a 4-run lead and the chance to get his first win of the year, and that can translate into his next start. You start building the confidence, and all of a sudden you get on a roll again.
1-2, down and away. Square to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rays have 6 runs on 4 hits. The Red Sox have 2 runs on 8 hits. Sonnenstein had made 93 pitches in 5 2/3. JP's 2-2. Ellsbury's out on strikes, and that'll do it. Top of the 6th inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. So Howell chalks up the strikeout. Bottom of the 6th coming, 6-2 Rays. Rays action, exclusive on-field seating with your group of 50 or more at the Checkers Bullpen Cafe. Available dates are filling up fast, so act now to make your private group reservations behind the Rays bullpen simply by calling 727-825-3406 or go online at RaysBaseball.com. There's a lot going on behind that Rays bullpen. That's a great spot.
You gotta watch out for those guys too. You know, I know how those bullpen guys are. Sneak a hot dog or two.
Justin Masterson back to the mound here. His first pitch to Gabe Gross in the 6th is fouled back. That's a strike. There you go. You see, they're pretty sneaky down there.
Oh, right there. Look how easy that is.
Yeah, they're really not that far away.
No, they're not.
make friends with somebody down there who'll be the runner for them.
I think Percival, you got the veteran down there. He's probably running. That average now up to 231.
2-2 now. See if the Rays can keep some pressure on the Boston pitcher. Ground ball, and that's headed up the middle. Base hit into center field. Gross is on for the third time. You know, he made 38 pitches in the 5th inning. So they'd love to keep the pressure on him here again in the 6th.
Last night they made Josh Beckett throw 43 pitches in the 3rd, and last inning 38 pitches by Matheson in the 5th. And Gabe Gross on a 2-2 pitch squares it up again and hits it back up the middle.
Hockey has been hit by a pitch and has drawn a walk. Red Sox will get some action now in their bullpen. That pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Manny Del Carmen is up again.
And now you just keep grinding. No easy outs. And Hockey had a nice at bat in the 5th as well and drawing a walk. Also hit by a pitch tonight.
1-1. Del Carmen looks as if he might be auditioning for the Smith Brothers cough drop box.
I think so. There's a lot of colds going around now too. Matheson's pushing up toward 100 pitches here pretty shortly.
Ground ball. Tough play. Safe at second. Lugo to Pedroia. Lugo had to go to his right. That was a close play. Pedroia puts up a little argument with Marty Foster. And Terry Francona is going to pick up the conversation.
Hey, Gross busting his tail all the way, taking a beat on second base. Straight to the bag. And gets the call. I think it was the right call from that angle.
Well, Francona heads back to the dugout.
Take a look one more time. Gabe Gross sees a ground ball, knows it's a hit, and he's gritting his teeth to try to get there. There's the glove, there's the foot. Ty goes the runner. Heeled the foot, hit the bag. I think Marty Foster got it right.
Deanna Navarro, the runners take off. At least Gross does from third. He's out there. Gross out at third on a caught stealing. Second time the Rays have lost a man down at third tonight.
I think that's got to be a missed sign right there. Gabe's taking off. Navarro's going to square to bunt like he did last inning, and Gabe's taking off like it's a hit and run. I think Gabe missed a sign.
Hey, look at that.
That was closer than you think right there.
I'll tell you, the Rays have twice been thrown out at third tonight, and you can make a case for it going the other way.
It's all about the ball beating you, which is, what the umpires will tell you, go out there and argue. It should be about the tag, shouldn't it?
Look at that.
You could make an argument. That's just as close as a play at second base. A ball beating. That had to be a missed sign. Gabe read hit and run.
Yeah, there's a bunt, and it's a foul ball. And you could see, the runner at first, you can see by his reaction, Aki, that he was anticipating maybe a potential sacrifice.
Right, exactly. Aki forgot. Did I miss the sign? No. And, you know, really, if you're the runner at second and you're Gabe Gross, who's not a burner, and you got a left-handed hitter up there and a free shot for Veritek to throw the ball to third, you got to really ask for that sign again to make sure. Did I see it and run? I know the Rays run a lot, but that wasn't the situation for it with a guy that's been snuffling with the bat.
At first with one out. Navarro with a 2-2 count now. More action tomorrow on FS Florida in HD. 6:30, the Rays and the Red Sox in Game 3 of this 4-game series.
Now this is a running situation here too, with Aki out there.
And strike 3 called on the inside corner. Navarro caught looking.
The two-seamer ran over the inside corner right here. Veritek kind of bringing it back once again. He doesn't really need to do that because I think it cut the corner anyway, but you kind of let the umpire know. I'll just make it look just a little bit better for you.
And that's an area where Hirschberg likes to call strikes anyway.
Yes, he does. He's got the head over between the hitter and the catcher, that umpire slot. He sees the inside corner anyway, so Veritek really didn't have to pull it in.
Jason Bartlett. He's back in at first base. A 6-2 game with a man at first, 2 outs. Bartlett, who was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 5th, is 0 for 1 and fouls the first pitch. It to the right side. Pedroia out a few steps from second, makes the catch, and the Rays do not score after a couple of hits. They leave a man through 6-2 Tampa Bay. Baseball division rivals go head-to-head as David Wright of the Mets head to Philly to take on Ryan Howard and the Phillies, while the Astros battle the Braves in Atlanta. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week at a special time, 3:30 p.m. following This Week in Baseball at 3 p.m. on Fox. Check your local listings for the game and start time in your area. We go to the 7th inning tonight at Tropicana Field. Dustin Pedroia leads off against J.P. Howell. J.P. got the final out in the 6th inning when he struck out Ellsbury. 1-0 the count to the Red Sox second baseman. That's a strike. 1-1.
Paint right there in the inside corner, too.
JP last worked on Tuesday. Two and one. He's charged with a loss in that 4-3 ball game on what turned out to be a fielder's choice walk-off for Minnesota.
Well, that was a tough play. Morneau must have been busting his tail.
Ground ball, and that's going to be up the right side and into right field for a base hit between Pena and the line. Pedroia, boy, what a pain this guy can be, and he's on for the 3rd time tonight.
No, he can do that. He can swing late and do that. I've seen him shoot doubles down the line a few times doing that. He got a base hit out of this one. Single, but a bit late, off the end of the bat, and you're not going to defend that by a chart. Pena was way off the line at first.
David Ortiz. There's a walk tonight, officially 0 for 2. Taps it foul. Strike one. Take a look at this for Big Papi. Battled injuries over the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, the 07, 332 this year right here, and that's an MVP type season. 332, 35 home runs, and 117 RBIs. Tore the sheath in his left wrist last year.
Ooh, roller. Bartlett to Longoria, and Longoria gets to turn the double play. That goes 6-5-3, just in case you're scoring at home.
You don't see too many 6-5-3 double plays, do you?
That's right.
With the big shift on, you do. And, you know, I didn't see a whole lot of bat speed out of David Ortiz right there. Really going in hard, trying to take out Longoria, but that just gets out of the way. Turned it like a shortstop. Can do it all.
Yes, he can. Apparently so. It's Kevin Youkilis. Pitch is a strike. Youkilis 2 for 3, 2 doubles.
Yeah, you're counting outs right now, Joe Madden. You got 10 outs, and JP's got 3 of them. Once you went to your bullpen.
Dan Wheeler is now up in the Rays bullpen down the right field line.
You got one more lefty on deck, and then you got a couple of right-handers, Bay and Lowell. So that's who Wheeler's getting ready for. J.D. Drew.
2-1 count to Youkilis. 2 outs, base is empty. Boy, you love that double play ball.
Huge. That was huge. Getting David Ortiz. I just didn't see the same bat speed from David in that swing that we saw last year and the year before he got hurt. Even when he came back, I mean, he hit some home runs. He was so quick on the inside pitch. And he has not hit a home run yet in 09. Couple balls he has hit the outfield in this series, the 2 balls. I truly believe if he had the bat speed that he normally has, those balls would have been out of the ballpark.
Red Sox had some sideburns competition going.
Yeah.
Ooh, he just missed on that pitch in. Full count. Missed with a fastball in there.
Overhead shot again. Great camera angle right here. You can see it across the plate. It was in off the inside corner by a few inches. Where that angle really comes in helpful.
3-2, and he walks him. So a 2-out pass to Euclid. Sometimes that pitch that went for ball 3 will come back for Howell and catch the corner. That one did not. And then he walked Euclid. So now it's J.D. Drew with a man at first and 2 away.
Well, that magnifies a double play ball that Ortiz hit into now after walking Kevin Euclid. This is a big out right here. They're all big, but this is big right here because you want to give Dan Wheeler a chance to come in next inning with nobody on base.
Pitch to Drew is a first pitch strike. The Rays shift for him now.
I learned as a rookie ball manager from Larry Sherry, who was a great Dodger closer and MVP of the '59 series. He told me, always give your closer and your relievers a chance to make a mistake. He was the pitching coordinator for the Dodgers. That was my first year managing in rookie ball in 1984. I never forgot that because, you know, JP can't get Drew for some reason. Now Dan Wheeler has to come in, and there's no room for error, no room for a mistake here.
That's a strike. JP's ahead of Drew. 1-2.
And when JP came in last inning, he had, runner on first base and 2 outs, so there was some margin for error. Should he not have gotten Ellsbury, but he did. Well, that's kind of the managing philosophy that managers like to use with their bullpen.
So with Euclid at first, 1-2 the count to Drew. JP misses with a fastball to take the count even.
Didn't miss by much.
He just doesn't chase at all.
No.
If he's anything, he's the other way.
That's kind of the pitch I was talking about earlier, where I've seen JD take that, and some umpires will ring him up, but JD's actually right. It's 2 inches outside.
And now the count's full. 3-2. 2 outs. Euclid will be breaking on this pitch.
I think you go to your out pitch here. If it's your curveball, then go to it. He's been throwing strikes all year, even though you got a 4-run lead.
The 3-2, and he misses with a fastball. So a couple of walks here. That pushes Euclid up to second, with Drew taking over at first. Jason Bay will be the hitter, and Joe Madden pops out of the dugout, and he's going to go to the bullpen. So the Red Sox have put a couple of men on. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. We'll be back with the new Rays pitcher in a moment. Seventh inning here at the Trop tonight. Fans take part in the Rays Interactive Poll. Just log on to sunsportstv.com, click on the Rays link, and submit your entry. We take a look at this week's poll question. Who would be the Rays' biggest rival, the Red Sox or the Yankees? Email your vote. Log on to sunsports.tv. Dan Wheeler makes his 9th appearance. He will inherit 2 base runners and face Jason Bay. Bay, who's been off to a great start. 0 for 1 with a couple walks tonight, including the bases loaded walk in the 3rd. And the pitch is outside. He started him with a slider. 1 ball, no strikes.
Jason Bay fits right into the Red Sox philosophy of working the count. 2 walks already tonight.
The Rays shade him around to the left side on that infield. And a bouncing ball foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Wheeler's the 3rd pitcher of the night following Sonnenstein and Howell.
Yeah, unlike J.P. Howell walking a couple of guys, because coming into this game he'd only walked 2 all season. And he walks Euclid and J.D. Drew back to back.
Now the 1-1 swing and a foul back. Fastball. And the count goes to 1-2. Wheeler last worked Monday in the Minnesota series. 2/3 of an inning and picked up a strikeout. Base 2 for 20 off Wheeler. The interesting thing, both those hits were home runs.
Well, you got the count in your favor now, so you have a little margin right here. You can make a pitch.
1-2, and he very close to that breaking pitch right there.
That was the right place to go to. If you miss, you're going to miss away, and boy, it did miss by much. Take a look at the overhead once again. Well, that looked like the same ball called on B.J. Upton, like it hit the corner of the plate before it was caught by Navarro.
That count was 2-2. That
could have been
close.
called strike 3.
Yep. And the pitch is foul back, holding the count at 2-2.
Yeah, I think if you shouldn't have to do it twice, but if you can make that pitch again, you should get the call. It might have hit. And I think it did hit the corner of the plate. It's where the ball crosses the plate, not where the catcher catches it, of course. Very similar to when B.J. Upton was caught looking in the 3rd. Very similar to what Masterson threw to him.
2 men on, 2 men out, 2-2 the count to Bay. He got him this time. A fastball over that corner. Strike 3 call, and that retires the side. Well, he had to strike him out twice. And he got him that time. Red Sox lead 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th. made this game 6-2. The Red Sox grabbed the lead with a run in the third, the base hit in the fifth from J.D. Drew to make it 2-0. And the Rays exploded a grand slam home run in the fifth inning by Evan Longoria. That was followed up by a solo shot off the bat of Carlos Pena to cap the 6-run inning. So as we move into the bottom of the seventh, the Rays hold a 6-2 lead. The second grand slam of Evan Longoria's career. New pitchers Manny Del Carmen, top of the order for the Rays. Here's B.J. Upton. And a fastball is in for a strike.
That was some kind of pitch made by Dan Wheeler. He painted Jason Bay, and we saw Jason strike out looking twice last night. Look at Manny Del Carmen's numbers in 10 games. No earned run average.
Well, I'll tell you, he is throwing the ball well. He's got a good arm.
He does. You know, my contention on Dan making that pitch, you shouldn't have to make it twice to get the call. That's what always bothered me. I'd go out there and argue sometimes. Why does he have to make the pitch twice? Just because the guy works the count well. Why does he get the advantage if the pitcher has to do it? Why should he have to do it twice?
Yeah, if you make your pitch, you ought to get the payoff. This one a little wide, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Crawford next, and then Longoria. And there's a strike. Fastball, 2-2.
Looking at the scoreboard between innings, the Yankees were winning 4-0, and now they're down 9-4 in the seventh inning. The bullpen giving it up again for the Yankees.
Strike three call to BJ, a fastball. So Del Carmen worked both sides of the plate that time. One away, and we'll check in with Todd Callis.
Dwayne, nothing says a party on a Friday night like the TBT party deck. And there's a special this whole homestand in honor of Cinco de Mayo. 10-ounce Dos Equis for $3. And guys, before the end of this homestand, somebody on the broadcast crew is going to be wearing a sombrero. And if you use deductive logic, you guys already have the headsets on, so I think you figured it out. TBT Party Deck Friday nights, always the place to be, guys. Back to you.
Why would we be surprised to find young Todd Callis in the middle of a party? One strike to count to Carl Crawford. 1-1. Well, I can't wait to see him, Kevin, in that sombrero.
He'll go with his tie tonight.
Yes. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but the windscreen on his headset in the pregame matched his tie. Now, that is color coordination.
That's class right there from Todd. You know, how do you do that? Yeah, I like that tie tonight. I'm going to break out my orange tie, too.
All right, his headset
I've got a couple.
match that.
I don't have the matching headset thing. The windscreen.
Line drive base hit into center for Crawford. So Carl is on. How about another run or two? Tack on here against this Boston club because they are dangerous.
Carl Crawford on base for the second time tonight. You get those speedsters on like we talked about at the top of the show, top of the game tonight. BJ and Crawford, when they get on, creates a lot of fastballs for Longoria and Pena.
Well, now Evan Longoria will bat again. Evan's first grand slam came last year, and he hit it off Roy Halladay in July.
Wow.
Connected off Masterson in the fifth inning tonight.
No easy task. Why not? I think one of the best in baseball to hit it off him.
Carl with the lead, and he's back in.
You like to get that extra run where grand slam doesn't come up in the ninth inning, grand slam situation, I should say, the 5-run lead. So the right guy to do it, to take a bag here.
Crawford again with a lead. Pitch outside. 1-0.
What you like to do here, though, with Crawford is let the count go a little deeper. Let Evan try to get some pitches. He can hit a gapper or pop one out. Because if you steal it, then Del Carmen really is going to pitch around him, even though you got Pena on deck. I mean, you got a guy up there with 28 RBIs. 370, getting through over 370. Close to it.
Pitch away. 2-0.
I mean, he's pitching around him anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he's being careful. But this is where you let Longoria pick out a pitch to hit. So it's not a good time to run. One, 2-2, a little deeper in the count. And then you'll see Carl Crawford take off.
Pitch. Takes a strike. Evan leads the league in runs batted in, and Albert Pujols of the Cardinals started the day with 28 runs batted in, and that's where Evan is right now.
That's a season for some guys.
Sure is. 2-1 the count, and a move to first. Carl back in, standing up.
Or you might even wait one more pitch. Let it go to 3-1, or if it goes to 2-2 before you run. Let Del Carmen make the mistake, because he's got half of his attention right now in Carl Crawford. And it better be all on Longoria.
There goes Crawford. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. So Carl picks up his 10th steal. He's 10 for 10 this year.
And how about Longoria taking a fastball for him? Now, it was Payne on the outside corner, but he saw that Carl got a good jump. He said, all right. And we know that great jump. Straight into the bag. No chance. And we know that Longoria can hit with 2 strikes, because when he hit the grand slam in the 5th, he was down 0-2. That's a tremendous sign of a great hitter. Unselfish right there. A lot of guys would have taken that fastball and taken a hack at it.
So now Crawford's in scoring position. Oh, look out. That one slipped away from him. A breaking ball. It's up and in, and that's going to run the count full.
Fans getting on Del Carmen, but that was a curveball. That was not intentional to throw at him. Slipped out of his hands.
Full count to Evan. And there's ball for a low. So Del Carmen was very careful with him throughout that at bat.
That's the only thing about stealing there, is that after that, there's no way they're going to throw him anything close to the plate, even though he got him in a 2-2 count. Worked out the same either way. You got first and second for Pena.
There's John Farrell, the pitching coach, trotting to the mound. Carlos Pena due up. The Rays a big inning in the 5th inning. That's our checkers double of a game when Longoria hit the grand slam. And Carlos Pena followed with a solo home run back-to-back. The checkers double of the game. Home runs off the bat of Longoria and Pena. So now it's going to be Carlos facing Manny Del Carmen, against whom he is 2-5 with a home run for his career.
Has Carlos ever hit one that didn't hit a satellite dish up in the air? I'm telling you. We got a dome here, but boy, can he hit them long and high and deep.
The pitch. Fastball up. One ball, no strikes.
One of the reasons Carlos is able to do that, get through it and hit it so long and high and deep, he really loads well on the back leg. Really uses the lower half well. flexed on the back knee as it is, but when he goes down before he goes forward, watch the way down, and he explodes.
Takes it for a strike. It's 1-1. Carmen working in his first inning in relief.
There's that setup of Carlos. I love his setup. He's just so balanced right there. But he watch a little rock. He goes down on the back leg. Feels the weight on the back foot right there. Right there. And pow.
Carmen made a pretty good pitch right there.
Sure did.
1-2. Fastball, well located. The Angels are hitting in the Ames, leading New York 9-4. And the Blue Jays have scored a couple in the bottom of the 8th. They lead the Orioles 8-4.
Love this overhead camera shot right here. You see Carl's slightly open stance. He's got that plate covered. Almost measuring, isn't he? Squaring it up. I'm going to square it up right here.
After the hard stuff, that breaking ball, that'll mesmerize you a little bit.
Yeah.
Took it low.
Tough to lay off of right there.
Yeah.
Carlos has a good eye. Never have enough against the Red Sox.
A 2-2 count to Carlos. And that one is high, a fastball. I'll tell you, laying off these last couple of pitches,
Not easy.
Peña's showing us something.
Yeah, I mean, they went right above his hands right there. And a lot of times guys will chase that. It's a tough pitch to lay off of. Set down about 3 inches. That's the one Carlos hits out.
Full count. 3-2. Strike 3 call. Peña is out number 2. Thought the pitch might have been a little close.
Yeah, we talked about John Hirschbeck. Because he's in the slot, his eyesight is over the inside corner. He will ring you up on the ball inside. That's very close. Particularly the overhead shot, it across the plate. I mean, it might have been on the black of the plate. Very, very close.
2 outs. Here's Pat Burrell. A breaking ball that drops in there for a strike.
That's a darn good pitch though by Manny Del Carmen.
Yeah, he made
like that. Yeah,
he made some pitches to Peña. He
sure did.
It's a high fastball. 1-1.
Well, Pat's been doing well, as you said earlier, Dwayne, and with runners in scoring position. Big run or two out there.
Yes. It's low, 2-1. Crawford at second. He's single. Swipe second. Longoria walk. A 2-1 count to Pat Burrell. And the breaking ball is over for a strike. Del Carmen's flipped that one in there a couple times in this inning.
Yeah, that's good sequence right there. Dropping a breaking ball when you're behind the count, and Pat acknowledged it. It's a good pitch. I was looking for a heater.
The 2-2. There goes Crawford, and the pitch skied right center field. Drew on the run, and he is there at the track to make the catch, and that will retire the side. Rays do not score. They pick up a hit, a walk, and leave 2. 6 in the game hold of the day brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color, and a quick look at the definition of a hold. Been such a big part of the game over the last few years. Essentially a save situation, and one of the following applies. You got to get a least it out. Leaves the game without his team having relinquished that lead at any point. As these relievers keep their teams in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color. Wheeler got the final out in the 7th. He faces Mike Lowell to open the 8th. And the pitch is skied into left. Crawford with a lot of room out there. One pitch, one out. The Rays are counting outs here.
Yes, they are, big time. And they're all big ones. Down to 5 now. Joe Madnash's bullpen to get 10 outs tonight. They're halfway there.
Jason Varitek, veteran switch hitting catcher. Single in the 6th. He's 1 for 3 on the night.
He is swinging better, much better this year.
The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Sonnenstein worked 5 2/3. Howell followed, and now Wheeler. Tech fouls this one away. 2. One out, base is empty. The 0-2 up. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good idea right there. Change the eyesight a little bit, stand him up.
Wheeler's command the last couple times out has been much better. There's Joe Nelson busy in the bullpen, and he's a guy that Madden is not afraid to use against lefties.
Yeah, he's got that great changeup.
Foul back. And the count remains 1-2.
I like that. He doubled up with the fastball in after standing Varitek up. He went right back in there again. And now with 1-2, he can go down and away. He can do anything he wants now.
And he got it. He struck him out. Had him out in front there.
That's what pitching inside means. Come in off the plate twice, so they can't lean over the plate and take your outside. If that's yours. Nice pitch.
Second strikeout for Wheeler. 2 outs here in the 8th. And it's Julio Lugo. Lugo singled in the 4th. He is 1 for 3. And the first pitch is a strike down around the knees with a fastball.
Yeah, he's got a nice rhythm going. Dan's just pounding his own. Good arm angle, good downward action. Locked in.
And he throws him strike 2. Threw him a slider. That pitch has been good for him lately as well.
Yeah, that's paint, both those pitches. Fastball in the corner, slider in the corner.
And strike 3 call. They got him looking. Fastball got him. 1, 2, 3. Go the Red Sox in the 8th. Sports brought to you by Tobacco-Free Florida. Tobacco-Free Florida wants you to be tobacco-free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more info. By Subway, play hard, eat fresh. And by Aflac. Aflac, ask about it at work. Rays coming into bat in the bottom of the 8th. They have a 6-2 lead. They'll face Ramon Ramirez, pitcher number 3 for the Red Sox. And leading off the 8th is Gabe Gross. He's led off 3 times tonight. Swings and misses the other 2 times. He opened the 5th with a base hit and opened the 6th with a single.
Yeah, on base, good at bats all 3 times. Ramirez, the numbers, he's got no ERA. What the heck's going on here?
You know, they got him from Kansas City for Coco Crisp, but potentially he could be a very big addition to their bullpen.
Well, you know, I was surprised. I know Kansas City wanted more offense. They traded Mike Jacobs for Leo Nunez to Florida, and they traded Ramirez to the Red Sox for Coco Crisp.
Arms.
Yeah, those are 2 really good arms to get the ball to Soria, but they elected to go for offense, so they ended up having to go sign Farnsworth and Cruz and guys like that.
1-2 the count to Gabe.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons you could move Masterson to the rotation too, is because you got some right-handers in the 6th and 7th inning, 8th inning, like Ramirez and Del Carmen, who we just saw.
Swing and a miss. Gross is out on strikes. Retired for the first time tonight. Takanori Iwamura. He's been on base 3 times. It's too high. 1 ball, no strikes. Lucky hit by a pitch in the 2nd. He walked and scored in the 5th and singled in the 6th. Two balls, no strikes.
Red Sox have to play hockey pretty much straight up. You know, he gets the ball well to left center, but we saw him last night turn on a ball hit to right center for an extra base hit. So look at the defense all the way around. Straight up.
It's a 3-0 count. Toward the corner. Bay on the run for it, is there and makes the catch just before he crossed the foul line. So 2 outs with the bases empty. Every Sunday is Family Fun Day presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Get an outfield ticket, Pepsi product, and a snack starting at just $25. Come out Sunday when the Rays take on the Red Sox. Call 888-FAN-RAVE or visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets. It'll be the wrap-up game of this series. Leona Navarro swings through the fastball, strike 1. Jeff Neiman will pitch tomorrow night against Tim Wakefield. And then Sunday afternoon, it's James Shields against Brad Penny. One ball, 1 strike.
Iwamura got a free swing there in a 3-0 count, and he did fly out. But one of the reasons Joe Madden did that is because he might square one up and hit you a double. Might be the best fastball he sees.
And Navarro had a little difficulty seeing that fastball up.
And the honors, you know, scuffling a little bit right now, so that's why Ramiro was allowed to swing there. 3-0.
Now the 1-2. There's a line drive into right field, and it's going to hang up. Caught by Drew to retire the side. We head into the 9th inning. The Rays lead 6-2. His second career grand slam for Altell. Circling the bases. There's a circle for everyone. Call 5, 10, or 20. Free numbers on any network with My Circle exclusively from Altell. So as we go to the 9th, Joe Nelson is the new pitcher for the Rays. Wheeler worked an inning and a third, and Nelson on to face the left-handed bat of Jacoby Ellsbury, and he throws him a strike.
Bullpen so far has done an outstanding job. Joe Nelson's done a good job so far in his 8 games. Third run average at 3. And as you said, no fear against lefties with that changeup.
He's fouled back the third base side and out of play. It's 0-2. Goya next, and then Ortiz.
Just say I talked to Joe. You guys were on the road. I talked to Joe, and he was just loving life, loving being here. Appreciates every moment he's had in the big leagues. He was telling me about a fan in Oakland that asked him how good it is to be a big league player. He says, "You can't believe it. I'm just so happy." He's a lifer. This guy is a grinder. Been around a long time before he arrived. Takes nothing for granted.
The fly ball into left. Crawford's back after it, makes the catch. One away. Good. Joe Nelson retires the leadoff man. That's always a big out in the 9th.
You think Dustin Pedroia is going to swing hard the first strike he sees? Look at that, 3 singles. Got his average over 300 now, 301.
A strike.
Some paint with a bullpen. We talked about this earlier. Last year, 3rd in the American League in ERA at 3.55 coming into tonight. 5th now in the American League at 3.84 as far as earned run average.
1-1.
Really comforting, Dwayne, for a manager that, you don't want to do this every night, try to get 11 outs out of your bullpen, but after the performance of Garza yesterday, pretty much saving most of the bullpen, you can do that tonight.
This one is wide, and the Rays have attempted to construct this bullpen in such a fashion that it might actually be a little deeper than it was last year, which doesn't tempt you to maybe use guys more than you would ordinarily like to, and that really starts to show up late in the season.
Right.
Nice little pickup at third by Longoria, and Pedroia is out number 2.
Evan Longoria gets a nice read on that, Dwayne. You got the short hop by charging it right away. Great play. Right away, breaking in to get the short hop. There it is. He waits back, that ball eats him up. You're right about that bullpen, because Nelson get through this, and you got Balfour rested for tomorrow, Cormier, Percival, and Chalice.
And here's Big Poppy. Joe Nelson delivers, and it's foul the other way out of play for a strike. Well, tonight the Rays have done all their scoring in one inning, the 5th, when they exploded for 6. They're trying to get the last out of the evening right here. Down a bit. It's 1-1. Sonnenstein for 5 2/3. He's the pitcher of record. Howell, Wheeler, and Nelson have followed. That moves the count to 1-2.
It's that good changeup that Joe has, 76 miles an hour. David Ortiz right off the end of the bat.
Crowd of a little over 27,000 here. Looking for the final out. Nelson delivers upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice call from Navarro, trying to go up the ladder on David Ortiz. He can set up that changeup if he wants to go back that way.
And the pitch. Check swing and a roller foul holds the count at 2-2. The Rays came in here off a very disappointing road trip. Picked themselves up. Won last night 13-0, and they lead 6-2 tonight. That will take the count all the way to 3-2.
3 changeups. A couple of changeups in a row there. See if Joe Nelson just stays with it, 3-2, or a little 2-seamer to Poppy.
3-2 pitch. Here it is. And it's fouled again. So a battle right here. Ortiz and Nelson battling it out.
Yeah, you don't have to fool Poppy. You just got to throw the pitch you feel you can throw a strike with. Because you don't want to open the door for Euclid and J.D. Drew.
He got him. Struck him out. The game is over. Ortiz down on strikes. And the Rays have taken the first 2 games of this series, winning this one 6-2, exploding for 6 runs in the 5th inning. They got 5 2/3 out of Andy